everyone, it's Tammy, and I have been using my infinity loom and I really like it. I wanted to use it, and I know I didn't use it as a double knit. I just did it as one side because I was going to make a baby blanket and I wanted it to be bigger than any of the circle looms that I have. So that's what I use this for. I do now have some long, like rectangular looms that I could have probably used as well, but I wanted to try this anyway. So it was a lot of fun. I used probably about 2.5 skeins. Yes, skein. I'm not sure, maybe not quite 2.5, but this is just beautiful yarn. I think it's called Pipsqueak. I think I got it I'm sure I got it at Michael's. So you can check that out if you are interested. And I did do it in a haul that I had earlier, but I wanted to show some of you guys how to cast off because I know you had asked that. So you can see that my blanket, what is this called, isn't perfect. I'm a beginner knitter myself. I have this piece here that's, I don't know where it belongs, somewhere, not there. So I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on this. I have a little hole right here where I totally missed some stitches. They're there, but I don't know what I did, but if any of you guys know what I did and you want to tell me in the comments, that would be fine. But this is so soft and so nice. And it's not huge, but I think it'll be perfect for a newborn baby. And one of the people that is on my team, she's having a baby, and I thought that this would be a nice gift to give to her. So I got it to be about the size I want it to be. When I measured this, let me kind of show you. I don't know if you can even see it, but I measured it across, and it's about 20, probably 8, and then it's about 30 inches long. So I think that will be, I think it is. When I measured it before, I don't know. I think it's long enough. I think it's big enough. I think that it will be cute. And I may or may not put like a satin border around it using some satin, like ribbony stuff. I don't know what that's called. I used to know what that was called. I can't think of it right now though. But I thought I'd go ahead and do the bind off and show you guys how to do this on a loom. So I'm finding where my end is. Oh, and I also wanted to show you guys this. This came with this loom. I know I have another one somewhere, but it's like just and I've seen people say that they've used like a Bic pen and just taken the insides out, but it's just a little plastic tube. But this helps you so much, and you can go so fast when you are like putting these around I mean, it's just crazy how quickly you can do it with this. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that too, so you would see. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, and when I'm doing it for the onesies and twosies, I don't necessarily need it, but I might just use it just to have. So I'm going to push all these down, which you can just kind of pull it. And I kind of try to do it when I'm going sometimes. So, and I won't do the whole thing with you, but I will do some of it. But let's see. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to knit twice. So here's my last or first stitch, I guess. I'm going to go around once and twice. So I'm going to do 2 pegs. I couldn't remember what they were called. And then I'm just going to knit and knit. And then after I've done that, I've knitted twice, I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to put it over the second one. And then I'm going to knit that. And then I'm going to move this one. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it right there. And now this one doesn't have any. So we're 1 stitch off. Then I'm going to just knit 1, and you just keep knitting 1 the whole way. And you knit it, and then you take it off, and you put it on the first one, and then you knit this one, and then you put this one back on the second one. And some people, I've seen them, I don't know if you guys just saw what I did here. Most people, I haven't seen anyone explain what they're doing. But this came from this one, like so. And if you'll notice, I took it and turned it upside down and just put it right over this one. I have heard that that will make it a little stretchier at the end. I am not positive that that's true, but I've been doing it, so, and I kind of like it, so it's working for me. And then I just kind of give it a little pull, not too tight again, just a little pull, and then I knit this one. So I'm not going to use this little thing. I just wrap it around. Hopefully you guys could see that. And this yarn, I will say, is a little difficult to work with. If you're a beginner, you might not want to start with this yarn. And then bring this one over that one. That's a knit stitch. Now that I've knitted that one, I'm going to take this one and put it over the first one. Yikes. And then I'm going to knit that one. So I'm going to knit this one. And then I'm taking this, I'm turning it upside down, and I'm putting it over the second one. And we're just going to do that all the way. And you can see as I'm doing it, some of the stitches are now without yarn. They're done. So I'm going to knit, move, knit, twist and move. And then knit, move, knit, twist, and move. Knit, move, knit, twist, move. And this is the end over here, and you can't see it very well because this is such furry, fuzzy yarn, but this is the end, and it's kind of got a braided look to it, and it's not stretchy really at all. I mean, it's, I don't know what to call it. I mean, oh, I just pulled that one off. Oops, don't want to do that. But you can see how, I mean, it started way over here, but it's, yeah, this is the corner now. So you can see it pulled up a lot because when these are all stretched out on the thing and they become a lot smaller, and I can't even pull it that way. So if you don't do the twist thing, sometimes this gets really tight. And so I kind of like the twist thing, and it could just be because I'm a beginner and I don't know any better. But if you look at this end, see how, I don't know, it's not as tight. It's a lot looser. So I don't know. I like to do that. It seems to work for what I've used. Again, I'm a beginner. I'm just teaching you what I know. So I'm going to knit this one, and I'm going to move it, and then I'm going to knit this one, then I'm going to twist it and move it. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way around the loom. And then when so I'm going to just continue to do this, and then when I get to the end, I will show you what we do to bind it off, or to get it totally off. I don't know, I might take you with me for a few more because, I mean, I'm going to sit here and do it anyway. Knit, move, knit, twist, move. I'm telling myself that I want to do little pieces of something on something and then like just practice different bindings. I think that would be a really good idea. However, I can tell you that I haven't done it because I'm one of those people that when I get something and I want to start a project, I just want to start the project. I don't want to practice a lot first, and I know that's not a good way to be, but that's how I am kind of with things like this. So you'll have to forgive me for not doing that for you guys. I might still eventually, but right now I'm just so excited about getting things done. I mean, that's how I like it. I like to be able to see a project. It's just so cool to me. And that makes me excited and wants me to keep, and makes me want to keep doing it. So I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it, and I probably wouldn't even suggest that to somebody. I would say it would probably be better to practice and see what you got and do a few things to make sure that you know what you're doing. But, you know, my mom used to say sometimes, don't do what I do, do what I say, and that's the case on this one. So I'm moving this one over, and then I'm going to knit this one, and then I'm moving this one over, twisting it first, and then moving it. So then I have another one, and they both have one. I'm going to knit this one. The only thing I have to say about this loom is that it's kind of a pain because it's so big. It's difficult to find a good position to do things with. Like, I finally figured it out sitting in my chair with my bully in my lap, but it takes a little bit of time to get really comfortable with moving it around and knowing how to do it. I think if I could do this one again, I would do it on one of the rectangular looms instead of this big figure 8. Honestly, I need to figure out what this big figure 8 is best for, because I'm still not sure. Because it's a pain. It really kind of is. I mean, I like it, and don't get me wrong, but it is a pain. I mean, even like this, it's so big it's hard to put it anywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take this off camera, because it's really hard for me to get it under here so that you guys can see. But I will return when I'm close to the end so that you can see the rest. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm getting close to the end here. So I'm just going to continue what I was doing. I knit one, move it, knit this one, twist, and move. Knit one and move it, knit it and twist and move. Knit, move, twist. And if this one is too small and you guys want me to show you on the big yellow ones that I have, that might be easier to see if you guys aren't following this, let me know and I'll be happy to show you something that I end on that too, so I can cast off or bind off. I think it's called the same thing. And I'll be happy to show you on that one where it's a little bigger. It might be a little easier to learn. Twyla told me that that was a good loom to demonstrate on, and I didn't even really think about it. I just used it because it was easy. And that's the one I first did, and I really liked it, so that's why I showed you guys that one. But she's right, it's so big that it probably was good for demonstrating. And since this one is so small, I don't know if it is or not. So if you guys aren't seeing what I'm doing or aren't following along, please just let me know, and I'll be happy to demo it on those big zippy pegs that I have. So I'm going to knit this, and then I'm going to twist it and move it. And, oh, whoops, there's nothing to knit there, goofball. I'm going to knit this one. And then I'm going to move this. And then I'll knit this one. And then I'll twist this and move it. And this is the last one. I'm gonna knit it, and then I'm gonna move it, and then I'm gonna knit it, and there's nothing else to do. You can't move it or anything. So what you need to do is you take it and you cut this off, and then pull this out, and then pull this off. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it out a little bit. And before I take it off the loom, I'm going to go ahead and put my fingers through it, grab the tail, and pull that through. And that will tie it off. And then I can take my loom, and I'm no longer attached. I'm free, I'm free. And we have a blanket, guys. Now again, see, look, there's some ratty stuff on that end. It's certainly not the best blanket ever, and this is still a little tight. Like, see how it kind of comes together? I don't know. I kind of wish it was a little looser there, like gave it some pull. Oh, there we go. Okay, there. Maybe some stitches were just messed up. So that looks a little better to me. And then this end needs some work. You can see how I have a hole here, and you can even see how this is supposed to be straight. I'm not going to dare cut this off because I think it would be a mess. So what I'm going to do instead is I think I'm going to do that satin border, or I could stitch it over like this if I wanted to. I mean, luckily, the good thing about this yarn is that it is very forgiving because things blend into each other. And I don't know, I mean, I think I would notice that if I had it folded over. That's part of the reason why I thought it might be nice to do a satin stitch around it, or a satin thing. And I can even like cover that up with a satin. If it was just a little 2-inch, I don't know, it might be a good thing to have on here to help cover some of my mistakes, because Lord knows there are some. But all in all, I think it's really a pretty blanket, and I know it's really super soft, and I think that the person that I'm giving it to is going to really love it. And it is, I mean, it's just a small little blanket. It's for a newborn. I don't even know what size it necessarily is, but I looked and I was trying to figure out how big a baby blanket's supposed to be, and there's lots of different sizes that they say. You could use it, you could do like a small one for a, oh, they call it like a, I don't even know what they call it. I can't even think. But there's like a nursing blanket, there's a stroller blanket. So, I mean, really, whatever size you make it, it's going to be fine as long as you can fit a baby in it. And you certainly can in this one, and I think it's really cute. And I'm kind of excited about it. So I think I'm going to finish it up with, like I said, a satin trim, and I'm going to call it done. And I'm thinking I'm going to use like this mint green satin trim because we don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I guess I could do the yellow too, but I kind of like the green. So that's it. My first blanket. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope that helped you. Bye-bye.